Hello, Tutal here, coming in Duncan Search. I'd bring you a little bit of a video of review of War on the Sea specific campaign mod. So right now I just have this little going on, and I'm not gonna fucking touch anything. I really am not. I'm just gonna put Enterprise in like a 2-notch left degree turn and just let things fucking go. So we can start the review. Oh, it's a Mahan. So I want to see something real quick. Right, yeah, there's the Smith. So where to start off? Well, first off, this mod is amazing and I fucking love it. I love it. It adds in so much fresh new shit to the game. Like, I honestly, it's the reason why I'm still playing this damn game. You can stop turning Jesus Christ Enterprise. I forget how maneuverable the Yorktown class is. Anywho. Like I said, I just love it. And the adding in of so many more ships. Oh. And oh. So let's start off. I don't know where to start, so we're just gonna start off with the good. The good. The massive change to the campaign map. I love it. I love the massive scale. Just the scale. The campaign map and the scale. The tactical view. The tactical. I love, or the strategic, not tactic. I love it. It's just awesome. It's massive. It's at times there's just nothing but calmness and just quiet and just relax. There's shush, just like that. You focus on good shot. It's just nice. That's just all I can say about it. It's nice, and I love the change. Or sometimes you don't have to overclock your brain on Adderall. I think he made it. Yeah, he made it. But it being a Val, more vowels. But it's just amazing. Another thing I love, the changes to like the airplane, the changes to the rearming of ships. Fucking, I love that one. That one is like, it makes so much sense, and it makes making other ports to level 3 and staging and what's what I'm looking for? Stockpiling more worth it and necessary. Like, totally worth it. I tried that list. But another third great thing. Well, what else is actually good? I'm trying to think. I know there's something else that's just amazing about it. So I got the scale, which I love. The changes to the rearming of ships. Oh, yeah, how they rearm the carriers. I should have gone the other way. No, that works. The rearming of carriers, I love it. I just love everything in the strategic scale, honestly. The strategic scale, there's only one thing wrong with it. And it's an easy fix. Like, I mean, it's easy. There's only one thing wrong with it. And there's really no way for people to have known, for developers to have known there was wrong with it until somebody fucking plays it. Like, the strategic scale is just, oh, it's just great. I really can't complain much about the strategic scale. Like, the only other real complaint is like how small it is, trying to get the visual in Port Moresby and everything down there. But I mean, they given a very good reasoning why they can't, because they're literally limited by the game itself. Let me just turn Enterprise here. I forgot how maneuverable this fucking thing is. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, we weren't even going 33 knots. Where are you guys going for? Oh no, you guys are bugging out. Did you really try and torpedo a fucking destroyer? But you know, the scale to change it. I like the idea of needing supplies. Enterprise is gonna take a torpedo here. Needing supplies and everything for the rearming of aircraft, even at airfields. I love that idea. Actually, she's not gonna take a torpedo. I forget how utterly ridiculously maneuverable she is. Oh, Mahan might take a torpedo. Oh yeah, you're taking torpedoes. That was ridiculous. How that was a dud, I don't know. Oh, you're going backwards. Whoop. But, awesome. And, there's more to that. Just the strategic scale is amazing. But let's stop with the strategic scale and go to the worst part of this game. The part that, as we expected, long lance, or not long lance, but like, the part that I just cannot stand and is always a struggle. And that part is the part we're pretty much playing right now. Pretty much this, the tactical view, I can barely stand. Oh, they took out director. I can barely stand it. Barely. You gonna take a torpedo? Would be interesting. But I can barely stand it. It is. And it has nothing to do with the mod. I mean, theoretically, you could say something about the aircraft involved because, I mean, an A65M turns so ridiculous and an Oscar ridiculous. But they did. They did. And I don't have a problem with them, you know, out-turning the living fuck out of everything. The problem is, it really is Killerfish game. It really is. It's them. And I know I've seen Ashlander, and I know people and like Ashlander and Adam are the only two I can really think of, but I know it's like 1 or 2, 3 developers. It's fucking like nothing developers, and I'm well aware. That does not excuse the changes. It really doesn't. Because I think they change it, and they just don't realize, or they don't play and test their game when they change it. I'm seriously fucking convinced. And here's why. Let's do the airplane change first off. At some point I want to end this on a happy note. Let's do the airplane change first off. Holy shit, does it look amazing. It looks great. The plane's going up and down, swirly. It's like an actual fucking dogfight. Reminds me of Pacific Storms. Only Pacific Storms, the aerial battles are like tenfold in their size, in their scale, and in the maneuvers, and in the fucking just the overall balance of those. I'm going to compare them. Because one, Pacific Storms is 2005, I think. Either 5 or 6. It is so old. This is 2020, if I remember correctly, or is it 21? Much, much newer. And it's for all intents and purposes on the same scale. Bases, carriers, planes, a lot of similarities. So that's why I'm going to do that. Zero versus Wildcat in Pacific Storms. Zero outturns Wildcat, outspeeds Wildcat. And if, because of how Pacific Storm has the pilot skill, more often than not, the Japanese pilot can turn those tighter turns, can turn better, do the correct maneuver at the correct time, because they're all preset maneuvers, it's AI. And I'm seriously thinking there's like a stamina where the planes pull less G's as the pilot gets tired. There's got to be a stamina. And the experience. Like, there's an experience level to the pilot. And it gets better and better and better. I love it. Wildcats will learn. And a Wildcat cannot outturn a zero. But his buddy doing a thatch weave maneuver, because the AI in Pacific Storms is smart enough. I don't know how, but I've seen it. It is smart enough for like two Wildcats to literally pull a thatch weave. They will pull a thatch weave, and it works great. And then you'll have it pulls the perfect. It will use bait, and like one plane makes itself an easy target, another plane goes for it, a zero, or a Wildcat goes for a zero, and another guy will come in and shoot it down. Great. And it really implies in pilot skill. It actually puts in pilot skill. I love it. And then you got later planes, like you can make it so that at some points, like the Wildcats, if you get the better engines, they can turn better. It's just like amazing. Then you can change them to have 20 mils so they actually do damage, because every individual part of that plane can get damaged. So it's just like, there is nothing wrong with it. There really is nothing I can find wrong with it, other than the fact that because it's so old, you only have a limited amount of maneuvers that you can do, and they're, like predictable. If I were to take control of an aircraft, there's nothing the AI could do about it. And not to mention, you can take first-person control of the aircraft, and the controls smooth, lovely. I want to go up, I just hit the button once, and I just hold it, and it pulled up. It's lovely. War on the Sea. When it first came out, the aerial combat was static, stale, and it was two-dimensional. But you know what? It worked. It worked because of the control schemes. You would have to rapidly hit W, rapidly hit S to dive and go up, or E and R to slow down and speed up. But the two-dimensional worked. As a Wildcat, you get the chance to slow down perfectly or speed up, so you can get that head on and use the machine guns. Of course, if you let the AI do a head on, you're going to lose, because your AI is dumber than the computer's AI, which I don't know why. Fight me on it. It really is. That was South Dakota. Oh, someone's got to go. Okay. Yeah, fight me on that. But you could do it. And if you took control, you could fight. You could actually do it, because it's 2D. But now add in the new change to 3D. Looks amazing. There is no engagement unless you get a large number of allied aircraft. You know where the enemy is, when they're coming, what planes they are, what direction they're coming, and you're at the same level, and they don't initiate a turn, and your auto dogfight picks the correct targets. If all those factors line up as the United States aircraft, you have a chance of getting into a head-on and shooting them down. But if just one of those factors drops, you are at such a severe disadvantage, it's not even funny. And the mod is slightly to blame in the increased maneuverability of some of the other aircrafts. But even the base game, the Zero Trim's better than the Wildcat. But some of the other aircraft, like, they're now, like, ridiculously, like, there's no way a Wildcat's going to win. It's impossible for a Wildcat to win. Especially if the player's controlling it. Forget it. Because now, as a player, you not only got to figure out a turn, but you got to hit W rapidly to get your nose perfectly on target. Because if you hit it once, you just quickly pop up to 10, and you're good. Because 10 meters for flying at those speeds, that is a second. That is less than a second. That's like an answer up. You're done. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculously low. So you would have to rapidly tap it to go up. And the AI, because an AI is pulling a smooth go where you have to like your nose will flatten out just because of your lag input. So he'll pull out your angle. Unless you get a very lucky shot on a turn, or you're ready to slow down enough, you can get him to shoot down. And my nose is clogging up. One moment. Problem. Another problem. Wildcat can't turn. It never could. That's fine. I have no problem. Like I said, I have no problem with the Japanese aircraft turning circles around my ass. They did. The problem is the AI is the exact same, but yours reacts slightly slower, and I am convinced of that. So your Wildcat is flying like a zero. It cannot, was not, and will not be like a zero. There is no way it can. So this game, with the especially the added of the 3D going up and down, turned every air fight into the zeros fight. The Japanese fight in general, due to the maneuverability. There is, once you get past that initial head-on, unless you severely outnumber the Japanese aircraft, you have no hope of winning that air engagement. Theoretically, you can constantly level off, try and get away fast enough. And we saw how, I say we saw, if this is probably come out before the other video. With the lightning, you'll fucking see it. I fucking try to get away from a zero while trying to get a bomb drop on a fleet. Yeah, granted that. But I'm in lightning, full fucking throttle, trying to get away from a fucking... Lightning can climb it. Sure, it's not like I'll climb a zero in the first few seconds. I gotta really get up speed and pull. It's not gonna outdive a zero, because the lightning is a fucking lightning. You would think you could outdive a zero. Not in this game. So, yeah, no. You have to get into a good... You just have to be that luck. You have to be lucky enough and happen to be in the correct position enough to be able to break out. And that reminds me of something else that's a problem that I'll get to the end of this view of the air combat. Next, speed. Next thing you do is just, and then you can attempt after that. Next, try some form of thatch wave and try and get another head on. But if you're 1 versus 8 or 10, try and get the head on. You can only get lucky so many times, especially if they're all clumped together. You're gonna shoot 1, 2, 3 down, but eventually, just because of how the hitboxes are, and this is a video game problem, not War on the Sea. So, olive branch where an olive branch can be placed. Due to just how hitbox mechanics are, and even real life, you're not going to go through them all, and you're eventually going to get shot down. God, I love this ship. So, theoretically, you could do it. Odds are, no. And every kill you make in an air, it doesn't do anything for the AI. And that's a slight problem with the mod. Slightly with the mod. Mainly with the game. And just mainly because it's a fucking AI. So, that's the air combat. And for the final part of air combat, that's the second part. For the final part of air combat, and I could probably continue to go on with problems, but I'm going to get a little bit of move on. Final part, the fucking maneuver mechanic. That has killed so many of my planes. I am convinced, but the developer does not want you to control your units. They hate it when you control your units. I am fucking convinced. The fact that I cannot override a control, the fact that I can't tell a plane to stop doing what it's doing when it's about to fucking die, or is at a severe disadvantage, or I want to try implement a maneuver that might give me an advantage, and I can't do that because of a maneuver. I don't think you understand. Games are to be played by the player, not the fucking AI, unless it is a one of those games that's like, what is it? Fuck it, I'll go for an example. Azure Lane's exercise thing for it's like your fleet versus their fleet and power. Like it's all AI control. It's very simple AI control because it's a fucking mobile game. But like that's what I mean by if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna have the player not be able to control shit, make it like that. But at least give it something like. And I'm gonna actually jump back now. I'm literally gonna jump back to the one with the maneuvers like with the United States. It's a Japanese fight. I can't do a thatch weave. The Wildcat either is a head-on or a fucking thatch weave. That is it. Or dive away and run, and you're not gonna outdive the enemy because they're just gonna lock on your ass and follow. And if you try it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You can't dive away, which is stupid. Just so you need to get head on or thatch weave, and thatch weave is not indicate. The AI will not do it. It's not that smart enough. An AI fucking 15, 16 years ago is smart enough to do it, and this one isn't. I don't know. So, but back to the maneuver. Like, that is the dumbest thing in the air combat, and it's always been in it, and it's one of my massive problems with the air combat, more so than the fucking fact that it's now 3D and the player planes cannot fucking compete. The American planes cannot fucking compete. Now, if I had full, no fucking restriction control of the maneuver, like without having controlled maneuver of a Wildcat doing something fucking stupid, like trying to follow a climbing thing when I got a zero going the other way, and because he's, or trying to get on and then breaks away, whereas the zero is also gonna be right in his fucking gun sight and nothing like maneuver. Yeah, that is like, oh my god, what the fuck were you thinking? That is my problem with the air combat. It needs to get fixed. Unless you do a radical change to the AI with the American tactics, go back to the 2D. That was playable. That was playable. This is not playable. And that's me done with the air for now. I'm tired of the air. I could go on still forever. Down to the sea. I'll be honest, it's actually they've actually knocked out quite a bit of problems with the naval combat. They've actually, credit where credit's due, changed a good amount of the anti-aircraft. That's the main thing. But they changed a good amount with the sea. I think that they got the naval part. I'm firm believe they got the naval part down. Maybe one or two problems that I really haven't really much ran into, if any, other than the one massive bug that I wish they would fix. But I don't know what causes it. I don't know what units it is. I know what units it is. Every fucking unit, and I just don't understand it, and I don't know how they have not fucking fixed it or how they would. And let's just get that bug out of the way. It's when a destroyer, it's actually almost always a destroyer or anything with a dual-purpose main gun, shoots and the flak just explodes right away, right out of the gun barrel. What the fuck? That's been a problem for fucking months. That's been a problem for fucking months. There's nothing to say other than fucking fix it. Holy shit. Fix it. You fucking idiot. Fix it. And that's all I gotta say about that one. But the Navy. And that's really only the real bad thing I can think of at the moment, and that I have ran into. I'll probably run into more later on in my Let's Play, but we'll see. Good things about the Navy. Ships are pretty fucking squishy, but other than modded ships, it's fine by me. The destroyers are very fucking squishy. They were, especially non-American destroyers without the, little armored belt like the Fletcher had. I say armored belt, the anti-spall armor. Oh my god, the changes to the anti-aircraft, I love them. I fucking love them. I get fucking like just massacred sometimes right above a Japanese cargo ship because I don't know what the fuck happens. It's weird, it's stupid, but it hasn't really affected me that much badly. It's only when there's like one aircraft and it's annoying, but it's not like game breaking. It's not a problem. I don't really have a problem with it. It's just a situation of like, really, did that just fucking happen type of thing. I have no problem with it. The changes to the American AA. Oh my god. The light AA. I love it. The medium light AA. I fucking love it. The Bofors engage us at a long range, as they should. That's why the United States love them. And in this game, they're accurate. They don't do that much damage, which is weird, but I can deal with it. But when they hit, it hits at long range. I can deal with it. I can trade off that damage per second type of thing. Even though if you get hit by a 40 millimeter, you're kind of in a little bit of a world of hurt, unless you're obviously a kamikaze. Hence the rapid fire 37, 76, rapid fire 76. But I'm okay. I like it. I like that. And then the 20 mils. Oh, great. Fucking fantastic, as you saw in this, as you saw earlier. I love the change. I love the long range and the short range. That's something I've said they should have added, and I wanted them to add it for so long. I just sad it took them as long as they did, but I'm glad it's in there. I love that change. It is like that is like the biggest change to the problem of Navy, the anti-aircraft, and I think they finally fucking fixed it. Granted, I was also in the campaign playing on easy. I'm playing on easy. It's either easy or fucking very easy of the tactical view. That's how you keep it balanced with the anti-aircraft. With the gameplay. With this gameplay, it's got to be very easy. Balance is not fucking balanced. Hard, you're obviously a fucking masochist and an idiot. Easy and very easy, that's where the game is balanced. At least on the on the tactical screen. It is balanced and it is good. I wish they would make the easy to balance, the hard, and I don't know what the fuck you would do with really easy. But I like it. Easy, uneasy. Just like the game, it runs like a dream. The Navy combat runs like a fucking dream. Until I probably find another bug, but until then, I'm gonna stand by this statement. I think you killer fish, you fucking knocked out the Navy. Don't fuck with it. Navy's great. You got good. Fix that one fucking bug, and then you will have fucking knocked it out of the park. I love it. I don't mind it. And the smoke, I used to hate the smoke. Actually, I used to love it, and then I didn't fucking understand it. And now I am 100% fine with it because as the player, I can manually shoot through that, and it's not a instant win. I'm okay with that because if smoke performed how it would in real life, they would be brokenly overpowered for the Americans. So I'm okay with how the smoke operates. It's sometimes confusing, but I am a-okay with it for gameplay reasons. I have no problem with it. I think, yeah. So, surprisingly, this whole segment of the Navy, other than that one bug that fucking fix it, there really is just nothing but praise here because I really think they finally nailed it and fixed everything. And as long as you're playing on easy mode, on easy difficulty, yeah, I think they nailed that for sure. I like it. It's great. I love the damage control. It's good. I highly recommend it. Now, the downsides to the mod. All of them easily fixable, and the only way for you to actually know about them is if you actually fucking played it for a long time and or multiple sessions like I have done. And there really was no way there was no way to know it until you've had like mass amounts of people playing it or somebody playing it on the outside of the dev team. Not trying to say devs are biased, no. The balancing, I have it on easy for obvious reasons to try and just get the game running, but great. The stockpile, the supplies, love it, no problem with it. The restriction on the aircraft, I like the idea. No problem with it, other than the balancing reasons. As it states in the description of the mod, because of the AI, you cannot set up convoys for it. The AI is not restricted by the supply rule of 1 fuel, 1 engineer, 10 supply to resupply an aircraft at a base. That's fine. That is literally a handicap you cannot fucking fix. You cannot program the AI to do that, evidently. And that's out of your control. However, the fact that the AI still has the same, it gets 2 to 3 planes every day afterwards, that is a problem because what's happening right now is I am now getting snowballed because I have to engage the enemy to protect Port Moresby. I have to engage the enemy. AI has unlimited number of planes. I have a very limited amount of number of planes, supplies, and so that needs to be changed from like every day to either every other day or every 2 or every 3 days or something. It's got to be longer than just every day. It's got to be longer than something because as the player, you're just getting snowballed. Now, there's a way to somewhat cushion this blow, but the only way to make that is to change it like probably every other day. I think that would work. Playing as I've been playing, I think every other day for aircraft replenishment on bases, I think that would work. I think that would be a fair imbalance. 2, the amount of ships the AI can spawn. You're playing on easy as the player, you can get more points, so you can get out more ships. Fine with that. With the scale of the map, there's no way you can cover everything, which is like the real Pacific. However, once again, because the AI does not have this limitation, and I don't know if you even can put in a limitation, so this is just a downside. If it's a fixable one, great. If not, well, fuck, but I can live with it. You're gonna get snowballed. And because, especially as the United States in the American campaign, you start out with so little bases, you do not have the points to keep building up the fleets to challenge the AI. So, yeah, but there's got to be some change to that. I don't know if you can do that, but that's just one slight problem as well. It's a slight problem because that one I just don't think you can even do anything about. Third, massive. This is a horrible imbalance to the gameplay. Like, this needs to get changed as soon as possible. Port Moresby. Port Moresby starts with an invasion with Japanese troops there. I'm okay with that. Now, having metagame knowledge, I know what I need to do is, after building either my carrier fleet or my 2 battleship fleets and whatever I have leftovers for transports, troops, supplies, engineers, and fuel straight to Port Moresby. And heaven forbid it gets fucking destroyed. Then you're just fucked. And even then, you would have to spend so much time covering that. Midway has been open, and I don't know if the Japanese are even going to attack Midway, but it's like you would have to get a convoy down there. You would have to really focus your ships together to protect it, and you're going into an area where there's a shit ton of Japanese bases. You guys seen what happens when you get spotted by one of those bases, and it's just plain force Z anybody? Yeah. I'm not putting a fucking carrier inside there. No. So how do you fix this problem? Is with Port Moresby. That being a level 1 airfield and only having those 2 planes, bad. It is bad. That has to be a level 3 airfield. that has to be a level 3. There's no other way to make that balance. It's a level 3 airfield with a decent amount of planes. That's the only way to make that balanced. And right now I actually have a bug with Malign Bay, it seems like, where it will not rearm. I still have 2 fuel, 2 engineers, and 560 supplies. I should be able to get 2 aircraft back. I have not gotten 2 aircraft back in 3 days. I am not replenishing aircraft at the rate they should be. And if it is, it's like 1 a day. Problem, the AI is just going to snowball me. A way to fix this is to give Port Moresby a level 3 airfield. It has to be a level 3 airfield. Right off the start. Base. Just base level 3 airfield. Because that will give you a lot more fighters and actual bombers. Because if you've seen my campaign, the Japanese are going right after it. And I'm now at the point where I have 6 fighters at Port Moresby. Actually, no. I have 3 fighters at Port Moresby right now. And I can't replace them. I think I got 1 replacements. Like, 1 group of 3, and that's it. Port Moresby is done. Malign Bay, 1 aircraft, and with that bug is complete. Basically, complete. No. She doesn't have it. She's out. Malign Bay is actually completely out of aircraft. Does not fucking exist. And Campbelltown, I think, or whatever the one that's down there on the top of the tip of Australia, doesn't have the range to do anything. And 3 bombers aren't going to stop an invasion fleet, especially if you have the fucking Yamato. Or a carrier with carrier escort. There's nothing I can do. If that has a carrier escort, which, spoiler alert, if this comes out before, which, yeah, it is. I attack a convoy that has a carrier. I'm thinking I caught it before the planes got off. Oops, I made a mistake and I lost my aircraft. Yeah, whoops. That makes sense, but even this little escort carrier holds more planes than what I can bring to bear on that base just because I've been so whittled down. And there's nothing I can do about it. Port Moresby's got to be a level 3 airfield with more supplies, fuel, and engineers. A lot more. That is the best way to balance the American campaign. I can't say shit about the Japanese campaign because I haven't played it. And finally, with 37 minutes in, I don't have really anything else to say on what needs to be fixed or what to fix. Like, that's my review. That's all I got. So, final thoughts. Is this mod worth it? Yes. Get the mod. Not so much, I just get it. Is War on the Sea still bad? In most cases, yes. But the mod makes it playable. Especially if you're a new person, I think you will like this mod, or like this game in general, just because you don't unfortunately have the memories of what I have. And to the modding team, I really hope you find a way to add in the things I've said or fix some of the things. And really all you need to do is make Port Moresby a level 3 airfield with more supply and fuel, and like at least a few months worth. Like, I would say 1,000. Yeah, not 1,000. 5. No, because then you could 300 fuel. 300. No. 200. Yeah, 200 because it's level 3. If it's level 3 airfield, 200 fuel, 200 engineers, however many supply and troops. Like, you could probably keep the supply and troops fine. Or even 100 fuel, 100 engineers. I'd be okay with that. Something to help support that level 3 airfield. Change that and you would balance that out so well, and if the player doesn't get fucked over by one battle, it's not game over. But yeah, get the mod, it makes the game a lot better. This is Too Tall saying thank you for joining me on this Let's Play of War on the Sea. Stay safe, and always have an awesome, or Let's Play? Fucking review of War on the Sea. Stay safe, and always have an awesome day.